decide what workouts to do, how I stay in shape, an allergy test. There's probably some ingredient in alcohol that I'm allergic to. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm wearing biker shorts under sweatpants, so I feel like it feels so weird on my stomach right now. So if you see me adjusting this throughout the video, it's the current situation. But welcome back. I'm filming a little day in my life vlog today. It's Friday, so I'm working. We're going to the gym. I have some Poshmark packages to drop off. We have some fun plans tonight, the whole 9 yards, so I figured I'd just take you through like a little day in my life vlog. Haven't filmed one of these in a hot second since probably before my vacation in February. Just wanted to pick up the camera and spontaneously vlog. I feel like these are some of my favorite vlogs to film and also some of my favorite to edit and just upload because it's all for the memes, you know? Before we get into the vlog, I want to do like a mini monthly reset in this vlog. I didn't do a standalone monthly reset for many reasons, which I'm not going to get into, but mainly just because February was such a busy month with travel and that kind of consumed my whole month, so there wasn't too much to really reflect on other than the fact that like the trip was obviously great and obviously didn't stay on budget, so I don't have much to talk about budget wise. So I really think the only thing that I wanted to share in regards to like a monthly reset would be reflecting on my February goals, setting March goals, and then doing a book recap. So I figured I'd just like integrate it into a vlog that I filmed. So if you guys don't like the monthly reset content, feel free to skip this section of the vlog. I'll put the time that we stop the monthly reset down below, but I just wanted to like incorporate it because I think it's fun to share goals that you've accomplished, but also fun to share goals that you set. So I figured I just wanted to share them this month, despite the fact that we're not doing a standalone reset. I also just like sharing like the books that I'm reading with you guys because either you guys have read the same book, are reading the same books, or like give you inspiration to read new books that I've read, and you guys always share books with me like in the comments, so I really like that portion too. So I'm in the doc that has the monthly resets and I'm just gonna go through it individually. I only set 5 goals for February, so it's gonna be a pretty quick reflection, to be honest, and I 100% did not hit all of these goals just because of how chaotic the month of February was, but we'll get into that. So the first goal was go to Europe. This was a given unless something came up that was just so massive that we were going to miss our trip. This was going to be a goal that was going to be accomplished anyways, so I put it on there. 2 is to post 3 travel themed videos on YouTube. I posted 4. I posted my styling outfits for Europe vlog, I posted the pack with me vlog, and then I posted the 2 travel vlogs. So if you haven't seen that, they're in a playlist that I created. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, they're in like my travel vlog playlist. You can binge all the travel vlogs that I've created on my channel, but also those 4 will be in that playlist as well, so I'll have that linked. 3 is to put money away in savings. I was really bad about putting money away in savings this month just because, like I said, we did travel. Switzerland is a very expensive country, so I spent more than I anticipated, which is completely fine. I don't think we went like super crazy and spent an obnoxious amount of money, but it is just like an expensive country, so the savings goals were not met this month. 4 was to read 4 books. I think I read literally exactly 4 books, which we'll get into in like the book recap, so that portion's gonna be short too, but I'm glad I just read some books. I really didn't read it all while I was in Europe because I was just doing other things and wasn't really on electronics too much when we were like exploring, and when we were back in the room I was sleeping. So book consumption was low for the month of February. And then 5 is to stay on budget. I mentioned this with the savings. Switzerland was just really expensive, so I didn't stay on my budget for February, but that's fine. I feel like some months are going to be better than others, especially when it comes to traveling, so the budget was exceeded in the month of February, but it's okay. We can try again in March. And then now jumping into my March goals. First goal is to read 5 books, so 1 more book than February. We're traveling again at the end of this month, but it's to a wedding, so I mean I can't really use that as an excuse not to read books this month. I've also already read 1 book this month because it like kind of came over from February. I started it in February and then finished it yesterday. So I've already finished one book, I'm on to the next, and I think that one's gonna fly by pretty fast, so there shouldn't be a reason that I wouldn't hit this goal, you know what I mean? Second is to meet the savings goal for the month. That's a big one. I want to focus on that and make sure that that is a priority because it obviously wasn't a priority in February. 3 is to upload 2 videos a week on YouTube, Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday and Sundays have been my upload days for as long as I can remember, and I feel like as of the last few months, I either miss a Wednesday or a Sunday. I've only been uploading like maybe 5 videos a month, 6 videos a month, so like 2 of the 4 weeks of the month I'll have 2 videos go up, but I really just want to get back on a routine of posting 2 videos a week. Obviously I don't want the content to be forced, so if the content feels forced one week, I probably will miss an upload, but I really want to try my best to like pre-record videos and like plan out videos so that I can get 2 videos up a week for you guys. 4 is to have 1 New York City touristy day, which essentially this just means like we do these sometimes. I haven't done them too often, especially in the winter, but once every 2 months or 3 months we pick a day on the weekend and then accidentally end up doing things that are very touristy in New York City. So we'll end up like going to Soho and then going to Central Park and then going to a museum and like doing all the things that we would do if we were a tourist. So it's kind of like a tourist in your own city type of vibe. Those are some of my favorite memories of living in New York City because I feel like those days are the days that I really get to enjoy the city that I live in and just kind of wander around and venture out and try new things and stuff like that. So I want to have one of those days this month. I'll probably end up vlogging it. I'm thinking of making it a new series on my channel where it's like being a tourist in my own city type of series. I feel as though I most likely won't live in New York City forever, and while I'm here I feel like I need to take advantage of not only all the things that the city has to offer, but like show you guys what the city has to offer, because I do feel like I film more content in my apartment than out of my apartment for many reasons, obviously, but I feel like the days that I do have like the touristy days, I always forget to vlog or am not filming or something, and I want to make sure to film that for you guys because if it's fun for me to experience, it's probably fun for you guys to watch. So I'm thinking about starting that new little series on my channel. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below, if that's something that you would want to see or you'd be interested in, or if maybe it would be better suited for a different platform. Leave your opinions down below. Number 5 is to wake up before 7:30 a.m. on the weekdays. So far so good. It's March 3rd now and I've been setting my alarm for 7 a.m. every morning, and most mornings I feel like I wake up before my alarm. Like this morning I woke up at 6:55 and was just up for the day, so I didn't even need my alarm. But I mentioned this in the week in my life, which will be up before this one, that I really liked the jet lag routine that we were on when we came back, which sounds bad, but we were just going to bed early and then waking up early. I felt like I had a more productive day and felt better about my days when I was doing that, and I just felt better in general, like mentally, physically, all of the things. So obviously I don't have jet lag anymore, but I still want to stick to the jet lag routine, which is where like the 7:30 a.m., 7 a.m. wake up calls come into play. And that was the last goal that we had for March, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to achieve all of these goals this month. There's no reason I shouldn't, because like I mentioned, we're not traveling other than at the end of March, and that's like a weekend trip to a wedding, so we really don't have any excuses not to hit our goals this month, so I'm excited for them. Next, we're going to do the books that I read in February. Like I mentioned, not too many books were read in the month of February due to traveling, but I still feel like I want to share them with you guys. Well, I guess I actually read more than 4. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I read 5 books in the month of February. All right, the first book that I read in the month of February, I started it in January but finished it in February, is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the book in the Throne of Glass series that contains all 5 of the novellas for the series, and this is like the one book that everyone debates where you should read it in the series, and it like has a greater or lesser impact depending on where it's read. I read it after the 3rd book in the series, so I read it after Heir of Fire, I think is the name of it. Yeah, I read it after Heir of Fire. I would not recommend doing that if I were you, because it put me in semi of a reading slump for this specific series, and it's not been hard to get back into the 4th book, but I feel like I'm trying to like jog my memory for what had previously happened in the 3rd book. And if I were to go back and reread the series and start over, I'd probably read the novella first and then read the first, second, third book, just because chronologically that makes more sense in my head than the way that I read it. So that's just a personal opinion. There are lots of conspiracy theories out there on where you should read it in the series. That was just my experience. Oh, I also gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Second book that I read this month was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, however you pronounce her last name. This book has been on my TBR forever, and I've been putting it off because I know it's a very heavy book with a lot of heavy topics. The whole book in itself is a heavy topic, so make sure to look up the trigger warnings and read the summary of the book before you dive into it, because it's not a light read by any means. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. My review of it was definitely recommend researching this book thoroughly and looking up all trigger warnings before reading. Not a light story, but very well written, and I stand by that review. Third book that I read this month was The Family Remains. I'm laughing because of how poorly this book went. The second book that I read this month was The Family Remains, and let me preface this by saying that I was not aware that this was the second book in a duology. I thought it was like a standalone book. I mean, technically you could read it as a standalone book, I guess, because I did, but I feel like a lot of my questions that I had about this book were answered in the first book, and I maybe would have given it a higher rating had I read the first book first, so just keep that in mind. The first book to the series is The Family Upstairs, which is the book that I did not read. So I gave this book 2.5 stars, and basically my review was, this low rating may be my own fault because I didn't realize this book was part of a duology, and I did not read The Family Upstairs before reading this book. With that being said, I still didn't love the storyline. I kept waiting for a crazy plot twist or a jaw-dropping moment, and it literally never came. I still stand by that. I wonder if some of the events would have been more of an impact if I had read the first book before reading this one. Just was not my favorite book overall. Yeah, I didn't love it, wouldn't recommend, but may go back and read the first book just to see what I'm missing, I guess. Fourth book that I read this month was Out of Bounds by Claire Hastings. I talked about this book in my last video, so if you missed that, here you go. It's the first book in the Atlanta Rising Football Club series. So there's 4 books in the series. It's like a soccer romance, so if you're into spicy sports books, this one's probably for you. On Goodreads, I gave it 5 stars because I want to give this book 5 stars, but I also just feel like it doesn't compare to some of the 5-star reads that I've read and given 5 stars to. So for that reason, it's more of a 4.5 star read in my head, but I did give it 5 stars on Goodreads. Do with that information what you would like. I know that that contradicts each other, but it is what it is. And then the last book that I read this month was After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars, but it may be more like a 2.5 star read. It was not my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I feel like the story would have had more of an impact for someone a bit older or married, to be honest. Maybe more of a 2.5 star read for me, but I could see how others may like the story. I almost DNF'd this book about 25% of the way in, and honestly just probably should have, because I only really liked the last 2 chapters of this book. If you don't know what this book is about, the whole book is set around a married couple that agrees to separate for a year and then like come back together after a year and reevaluate their situation. So as someone that's 25, is not married, and has never been divorced, obviously, this book just didn't hit for me. Like, I just didn't understand it. I didn't really vibe with it. I do have an issue where I don't DNF books, which maybe I should have DNF'd this book, but I feel like if you are a little bit older than me, married, or you know, have been in somewhat of a similar situation, this book would have had a greater emotional impact for you. But for me, I was just like, what am I reading, you know? So that's all the books that I read for the month of February. March, like I said, will probably end up reading more just because I have more time on my hands, so stay tuned for the March book recap. I like literally forgot what I was saying there for a second, to find out what I'm reading in March. Also stay tuned in the vlogs, because sometimes I just give little snippets of what I'm currently reading.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
Also it's just wild, but I'm getting ready to jump in the shower and I don't want to get my hair wet, so that's why it's up in the bun. I haven't talked to you guys pretty much all day. It's just been a very chaotic day with work, so haven't really had time to pick up the camera, to be honest, because I've been in back-to-back meetings, and then when I haven't been in back-to-back meetings, I've been responding to emails. You guys know the drill. I'm very happy it's Friday, to say the least, but I just snuck in a workout. I did the stair stepper. I did this like 20-minute stair stepper workout that I found on TikTok. If you guys know, she's a New York City influencer. Her name is like Acquired Style on Instagram and TikTok and like all social media platforms, but I'm pretty sure her name is actually Bridget. And she posted a stair stepper workout on TikTok last night that I wanted to try out. So I just did that and it quite literally kicked my butt, and I'm way sweatier than I thought I was gonna be, which is not good because I just washed my hair yesterday and wasn't planning on washing it today, and we're like going out to a little date night, which I'll talk about in a little bit, right after work. So we're gonna have to reevaluate the hair situation, to be honest. I'm honestly just glad that I was able to sneak in a workout because I feel so much better. I was feeling gross before. I just had a lot on my mind work-wise. I was stressed out. Literally was like 5 seconds away from having a mental breakdown, I kid you not, but the workout really helped clear my head. I feel like I get a few comments from time to time on like what workouts I do, my workout routine, how I decide what workouts to do, how I stay in shape, the whole 9 yards. And honestly, the answer is that I don't really have a routine. I just go with whatever my body is feeling that day, or like the day prior if I'm planning a workout class. For example, I was feeling stressed out today and know that I wanted to do some cardio just because I was feeling a little bit sluggish and just gross. So that's how I decided to do cardio today. And then I was sitting at my desk earlier and I was like, oh, I feel like some Pilates tomorrow would be so good. Not only like it's like a low impact strength workout, but also I just haven't done Pilates in a hot minute. So I just spontaneously booked a Pilates class tomorrow in Union Square. Basically, the short-term answer is I don't really have a workout plan that I follow, a workout method that I follow. If you've come to this channel for workout tips, I would kindly advise you to like go to a different channel because that is just not how I operate, and I truthfully get very bored doing the same workouts over and over and over again. That is just how I am, how I've always been. I get bored very easily, so that's why I like ClassPass, and I'm very thankful to have a gym in our building because it allows me the opportunity to kind of do different workouts every single day and do whatever I'm feeling. I hope that kind of answers the question. I've gotten a few comments about that. I don't really have an answer as to what workout routines I do, how I stay toned, how I stay in shape. I think I'm very blessed genetically, but also I do workout every day. I just do different workouts every day, if that makes sense. So that kind of answers the question. I'm gonna jump in the shower now because I need to stop procrastinating and get ready. I don't know what I'm gonna wear tonight. I also need to do my makeup and figure out what I'm gonna do with this bird's nest that's now on my head. So let's get to that. Figured I would do a little get ready with me because honestly this vlog is kind of short because of how chaotic today was. It wasn't supposed to be that chaotic, but it was. I was gonna curl my hair. Also, I didn't tell you guys what we were doing tonight. We're going to date night at the Met. So Fridays and Saturdays you can go to the Met from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and they have musicians, orchestras, bands, just really depends on the day, I guess, that will perform. They also have like a bar situation. You can walk around the museum and see the art. And if you guys have never been to the Met is huge. It's one of those museums that you could go back to a few times and probably still never see the whole thing. And I've only ever been to the Met once, and it was for a specific exhibit one year, and I think that was literally like 2 years ago now, so I haven't been to the Met in a hot minute. For New York residents, if you guys are from New York, they have a pay-as-you-wish fund. So I think the tickets are normally $30 for out-of-state residents, but you can pay, like, basically instead of paying $30 you can give a donation of whatever you want. So it could be like $5, $10, $15, whatever. I still have my New York State license for the next month, so I definitely want to take advantage of it, and then I will officially be a New Jersey resident with my license, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I don't mind getting a new license, just kind of a pain in the butt. So we're doing date night at the Met, which I'm very excited for. I've never done it, and I love getting dressed up and doing something that's like not going to a bar. I'm kind of just very over the bar and drinking every night of the weekend phase of life. I feel like I've talked about this, but alcohol and I just don't get along. We never have, but I genuinely think that I am probably allergic to alcohol in some form because it makes me very sick. It's not one of those things where it's just like, I'm a lightweight, haha. Like, I get physically sick if I have more than like literally 1 cup of anything, like especially if the drink has a lot of sugar in it. Like, I just get very, very ill. So I'm pretty sure if I were to go do an allergy test, there's probably some ingredient in alcohol that I'm allergic to. I just don't really have the desire to pay for an allergy test, and also I don't drink enough to the point where it would be a problem that I'm allergic to. I just am very careful with it when I do drink. So, well, all that to say, I love activities on the weekend that have nothing to do with the bar or drinking. Like, when we go to the museum tonight, maybe I'll have like a little glass of champagne or a little glass of wine and I'll be fine with that. But I kind of am just over the bar scene, and don't get me wrong, I love to go every now and then with my friends because I like to dance. Like, every now and then I want to go to a bar and dance with my friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just the every weekend phase of life that I used to be in is no more, truthfully. And I need to stop talking and actually get ready because I literally have like 45 minutes to an hour to get ready, and I have no clue what I'm wearing, and there is a pile of clothes in my bed. So I'm gonna start with dry shampoo before I put on my makeup, just so I can let it sit. I use the Batiste dry shampoo original. This isn't the one that was recalled. I know there were a few dry shampoos that were recalled for cancer-causing chemicals or hair loss or something of that sort. I don't think Batiste was one of them. I did my research, and I think that this is in the clear. I also don't think they'd put it out on the shelves if it was causing cancer, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I like it, and it's the only dry shampoo that I've ever found that actually works for my hair, and I feel like makes my hair less greasy. Now that we've done that, I'm going to put it up in a clip so that the dry shampoo can kind of marinate and so that it's out of my face. I'm going to use this. Oh, it matches my robe. Also, I love this robe. It's from Brooklyn. I think I have to double check because I don't want to open my mouth before the collection comes out, but I did a UGC deal with them, and I was basically talking about their spring collection, and this robe in this color is coming out in their spring collection, which I've been wearing this robe more than I've been wearing my Barefoot Dreams robe, specifically like when I get ready to go out and stuff, and it's literally so comfortable. Would highly recommend. Okay, now for the makeup. Since it's supposed to rain, I don't think I want to do a very heavy makeup look, but I do want to put something on just because I've been feeling way better with makeup on my face lately, and I just feel like it makes me feel more put together, and I feel like I've officially found products that don't break out my face. I say that as I have breakouts on my face, but these aren't from the makeup products, so a win is a win, guys. A win is a win. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my little sponge wet. Also, I am not a makeup expert. I could recommend 100 other people that are probably better at makeup than me, but this is just what I do if I want to keep my makeup light yet fun and flirty. So the first thing I'm going to start with is concealer. I have recently refound my love for the NARS Creamy Concealer, Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light to Vanilla. I'm obsessed with it. I had this one a long time ago in a darker shade, like over the summer, and I think because the shade was too dark for my face, I stopped using it. I've recently fallen back in love with this, and I feel like it just, 1, matches my skin tone perfectly, 2, it doesn't break out my face because it's non-comedogenic, and 3, I just like the way that it looks on my skin, and I like the way it makes my skin feel. It makes my skin feel covered but not cakey, which is hard to find with a lot of concealers in my opinion. So I've been really, really, really loving this one. I'll have the products linked down below. Alright, like I said, I'm not a makeup artist or a beauty guru, but this is where I tend to place, and then I blend it out with this. This is where I have like dark spots or scars. I feel like my camera's about to literally slip out of this and fall. You guys are probably like, yeah, the camera's definitely moving for me. I put concealer where I have acne scars or dark spots, or where my face tends to be like redder than the rest of my face, I guess, and then I just blend it out. I use concealer kind of like a foundation if I'm being completely honest, but I don't put it all over my face. I just put it in specific spots, if that makes sense. Okay, now that I have the concealer on my face, I'm going to go in with bronzer. I guess I'm just a NARS girl. I didn't even realize this, but I have a lot of NARS products. I'm using the NARS bronzer in the color Laguna. It's very pretty. I've had it for a while and I absolutely love the shade. It's very buildable in my opinion, so I can make it lighter or darker depending on the day. So I'm just going in with the Sephora 79 brush. It's the Pro Contour brush. I honestly don't love this brush that much if I'm being completely honest, just because it makes the lines really harsh and then I have to like work really hard to blend it out, and it's just not my thing. So I don't love it, but it's what we're working with. So this is the bronzing duo. I just start with my cheekbones. Whoa, see, that is a lot. I start with my cheekbones and kind of blend up to my forehead and onto the other side and blend into this cheekbone. And I feel like I try to do it higher up so my cheekbones look higher up. If TikTok has taught me anything, it's to elevate your makeup and make you look snatched. Then I do a little bit the jawline on both sides and down the neck, because who doesn't want to look tan and glowy? This cheek is really throwing me off. It doesn't look that bad in person, but the camera makes this look atrocious. So that's good. Then I'm also going to do a little bit on my nose. I don't have a specific brush for the nose. I kind of just squeeze this brush together and then outline the sides of my nose and the tip, and I feel like that works for me. I have not mastered making my nose, you know, cute and small and petite, but I don't have a cute and small and petite nose as it is. So I just like to make it nice and bronzy looking. I feel like that's good. I feel like I blended it out good for the most part. Okay, next thing that I do, which I'm pretty sure I'm almost out of this, and I've had this for quite a while. I know that makeup has an expiration date, but if I don't run out of the product, I tend to just use it until it runs out. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I don't think there's a color for this. It's the translucent loose setting powder, and I think that the shade would be like translucent. I don't think it has an actual shade. So after bronzer, I take my little sponge and the powder and I dip the sponge in, and I'm gonna do this in the mirror and then show you after because I can't do this in the camera. I do powder here, under my eyes, chin, here, and a little bit on my forehead, and let it sit for a minute while I do my eyebrows. And I know that people have like those new, they're like triangle and like they're flatter sponges, but I use this and really don't have an issue with it. But like I said, I'm not an expert at makeup, so I don't know if it really makes a difference. But I just wanted to like set my under eyes in and my chin and basically wherever else I put the concealer. So really, okay, I messed with the camera for so long because my camera died and now the tripod doesn't want to stay, that I'm literally gonna brush this off before I even do my eyebrows. So I'm brushing the powder off with this brush. Also, I have this whole brush kit from Sephora. I got it on sale on like the Sephora sale day, so I'm using the powder brush from this kit, but I can have the whole kit linked down below. I don't think it was too pricey. It definitely was like a pricier item, but if you can find it when it's on sale or if you have like a coupon or something, I feel like it's definitely worth it. I have really liked all of the brushes that it's come with. Next, since I'm just doing everything out of order now, I'm gonna go ahead and do blush, and I'm using the Laura Mercier blush color infusion in the color Passion Fruit. So it looks like this. It's a very pretty color. I'm not in love with it, but I feel like I need to use all of it before I get a new color, because I don't do makeup that often to the point where I need to have like a whole collection, you know? So I like to use products before buying a new one. And then this is just the blush brush from this little pack. So my cheeks are already pretty naturally red, and to be honest, they get pretty red when I drink even like a glass of wine or champagne. So if I'm planning on having that, I feel like I don't need too much blush or else I'm gonna look like my face is super flushed. But I think this color is just very, very pretty. It gives you like a sun-kissed rosy color that's very flattering for my skin tone. So I really do like it. It's not my favorite color, but I do think it is very pretty, if you guys can tell. And a little bit goes a very long way. Now that we're done with blush, we're gonna move on to the eyebrows. I'm gonna do these off camera because I feel like eyebrows are pretty self-explanatory. Also, my eyebrows are pretty non-existent, so they don't require a lot of maintenance, but I use the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This is another one that I probably need to buy soon. I really love it. I've been using it for a few months. This is like the third time that I've repurchased it. I haven't tried any other brow products, to be honest. I think this is like the first, no, I used the Glossier one before. Between that one and this one, I like this one more. And I'm not opposed to trying other products, I just do really like this one. But also, like I said, my brows don't really require a lot of maintenance. If you hear dishes slamming in the background, the dishwasher's being unloaded, and he has his headphones in, so I don't think he realizes that it's as loud as it is. But if you can't hear it, then I'm jealous because I have to listen to it. Brows are done, and I just gel them to their shape and make sure they're going the correct way. Honestly, they have a mind of their own and they just do their own thing, and I've never gotten my brows done before. I literally just like tweeze them a little bit myself. I don't know if I'll ever get my brows done, but if I do, I'd probably get like a tint in like the whole situation. But I'm kind of afraid to mess with my face because brows make or break a face, you know? Like if someone has a bad brow, it changes their whole appearance, in my opinion. So I think that's why I'm kind of scared of ever getting my brows done, because I just don't want to like mess with my appearance and come out looking like a goofball. Brows are done. What do I normally do next? Oh, I sometimes do eyeshadow. I'm feeling a little bit tonight, but I'm feeling like doing just my bronzer in like the corner of my eye and then taking it over, you know what I mean? Like that type of look. I really am very bad at eye makeup. My eyelashes, no, because my eyelashes are naturally long, so it makes it very easy for me, but I'm very bad at eyeshadow. Next, time for my eyelashes. I don't know if I want to use this. So I bought this Lashcraft lash primer from Sephora when they were having the sale as well, because it was fairly inexpensive. I probably will not be repurchasing it. I feel like it kind of makes my eyelashes a little bit clumpy. I have naturally long eyelashes. Shout out to mom and dad. I don't know who has long eyelashes, but genetically I was just blessed with long eyelashes, and I'm very thankful for that. So it doesn't require a lot for me to make them look good. I did buy this lash primer thinking that it was going to do something. It really doesn't do anything other than kind of make my eyelashes look a little clumpy, so I don't love it. I'm using it all up because I have it, but I probably will not be repurchasing it. I don't think it's worth the money, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm using it incorrectly, or maybe I just don't have the eyelashes that are meant for a lash primer, but I don't love it. I'm gonna put it on for the sake of tonight because I'm feeling risky, but it's like a hit or miss whether or not I actually use the lash primer. I feel like it's gonna be a goop night. I feel like they're gonna make my eyelashes look goopy. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara in the color 01, which I'm pretty sure is just like the standard black color. I've used this mascara for years. I've used this mascara for years, and I've repurchased it many times. It's my go-to mascara. It just hits different, and I feel like it makes my eyelashes even longer, if that's even possible. I get comments about what mascara I use all the time and how long my eyelashes are. My eyelashes are just naturally long, like I was saying, but I really do feel like this helps give them the little boost in color that they need. This is what it looks like. I absolutely love it, and don't foresee me changing my mascara anytime soon. So if that says anything. Like, just look at this eyelash compared to this one. Granted, this one has the goop on it, but I mean, look how long my eyelashes look now. It looks like I have fake eyelashes, and those are 100% my real eyelashes. This mascara is a hidden gem. They're done. Like, look how crazy long my eyelashes look. That is wild. This mascara is pure magic. I do love it. Now that my eyes are done, face is done, I'm gonna put on a little bit of highlighter. I like this highlighter a lot. It's the House Labs Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter in the color Peach Quartz. That was quite the mouthful. This is Lady Gaga's line, and it was recommended to me at Sephora, and I mean, the Sephora workers did not steer me wrong, because I do love it, and the color is just so pretty. Wait till I put it on, you guys are gonna freak out. It is stunning. She's a stunning queen. Look how pretty that is. Boom. This is with it on. This is with it not on. You can kind of see the difference here. It's just such a pretty color, and I would highly recommend. I'm gonna put a little on my nose, my top lip. I mean, chef's kiss. Wow. All right, final touch. is setting spray, which this is the Rare Beauty setting spray because we stand Selena. We're team Selena on this channel. We don't stand bullying. I use a lot of this when I put it on, so just prepare yourself. Okay, you ready? I don't know if you're supposed to put that much on. It's probably overkill what I just did, but it works for me. This is another thing I would definitely repurchase because I actually feel like it does help my makeup stay on. It doesn't break out my face, it doesn't smell weird, and I overall just really, really like it. Alright, this is the finished makeup look. The only thing I have left to put on is lip gloss, but I'm going to do lip gloss after I do my hair. I have 15 minutes to do my hair and put on an outfit. I might do the outfit first and then do the hair because I feel like the hair depends on the outfit. I just spend so much time talking to the camera. I mean, love you guys, but time management skills are all over the place today. Alright, I'm gonna pick out an outfit, do my hair, and then I will show you guys the final product after. Outfit of the night, I just threw my hair up in like a half down, half up moment, and I'm wearing it behind my back for the night. I'm wearing Steve Madden heeled booties. I love these, they're so comfortable. Vintage Abercrombie flare jeans. This top is from Super Down off of Revolve. Belt, I'm pretty sure, is from Amazon. This jacket is from Misguided. RIP, can't link. And then everyday gold jewelry. Off to the museum. The Met. My honest opinion review, I thought it was fun. Did you think it was fun?
It was fun.
I personally thought it was way more crowded than I expected it to be. Would you agree with that?
Yes, but it's also a massive museum, so it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, that's true. There were basically just like a lot more people there than I would have expected to be there on a Friday night, but maybe also I've just been living under a rock and this has been a thing people have been doing for a very long time. I only just found out about it like a couple of months ago, I would say. I didn't think it was that popular, but I mean, the museum was pretty crowded. I would say it's like, it was just as crowded as if it were the middle of the day on like a weekend. So that was interesting, but I would highly recommend if you're visiting New York City, you can still do it. You don't have to be like a New York State resident. Friday night and Saturday night from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And you just have to get a ticket online, show up, and you can enjoy all of the exhibits, but at night. It's like a fun thing to do that's not going to the bar, in my opinion. And then we went to a restaurant after. The restaurant was pretty good. It was on 78th Street. Do you remember the name of it?
Calexa?
It's Calexa, C-A-L-E-X-A. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite Mexican spot, but their menu was pretty large, and I had a strawberry margarita and that was pretty good. So overall, a successful night. I'm gonna take off my makeup off camera, the rest of my makeup off camera, because I feel like this is very annoying, so 1 second. Okay, makeup is off, and the rest of the skincare has been done. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this vlog here. Sorry today's vlog was very chatty. Like I said, work kind of got the best of me, and it was just one of those days. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and if you did, make sure to subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.